Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to SpectraShowcase. Now, I know we're not here to gossip, but today, I got something that's got people talking big time. We're diving into a situation that has the internet buzzing. Gospel superstar Marvin Sapp recently made headlines for something that had churchgoers and social media in a frenzy. You won't believe what happened when he told his congregation to raise a huge amount of money before they could leave. You're not going to want to miss this. Now, let's get into it. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of what's happening in the world of entertainment, music, and more. So, here's the scoop. Marvin Sapp, a renowned gospel artist and pastor, recently stirred up quite the controversy during a church service. Imagine this. The pastor, who's known for his powerful gospel music, gets up in front of the congregation and tells them to raise $40,000 before they can leave the church. That's right, you heard me correctly. This whole thing unfolded when Marvin Sapp told his ushers to close the doors before demanding that the crowd raise a significant amount of money. Let's take a look at the viral clip that set the internet on fire. Marvin, in full sermon mode, said, "There are 1,000 of you here tonight, and I need each of you to give $20. That's $40,000, folks. I want to see 1,000 people moving to the altar with your donations. I'm talking cash, electronic, whatever you've got. Just bring it here." But here's where it gets a little wild. He ordered the ushers to close the doors, trapping everyone inside until they met the fundraising goal. This raised a lot of eyebrows and sparked a conversation about the ethics of fundraising in religious communities. Some people were totally fine with it, saying it was a way for the church to support its ministry. Others, however, weren't too happy with the pressure tactics. One social media user even said, "What do you mean close the doors? I'm not staying in here until you raise $40,000. That's not how it works." This situation made many people uncomfortable, and understandably so. For some, this kind of pressure can feel like they're being forced into something they can't afford. Imagine being asked to contribute a hefty amount of money when you're already struggling financially. It brings up some important questions about church fundraising and the spirit of giving. One of the major criticisms came from a Twitter user who wrote, "These pastors are just playing on people's fears. They're making the act of giving feel like a way to gain status or approval." And that's a really interesting point. When you're made to feel like your donation determines your worth or your closeness to the community, that can lead to feelings of shame or resentment. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Marvin's actions reminded some people of other controversial fundraising methods in the church. We've seen it before: pastors asking for big donations with promises of blessings or prosperity. This is where it starts to get a little murky. Is it about supporting a cause, or is it about creating pressure to give so that the church leaders benefit? You might have heard of Paula White, who sparked a similar debate when she asked for $1.00 in donations with promises of special blessings for those who contributed. Some people feel like this kind of prosperity gospel is more about lining the pockets of the preachers rather than uplifting the community. What do you think about all of this? Is it fair for pastors to ask for large sums of money, or does it cross a line? Let's talk about it in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts on this situation. Now, one thing I'll say is that Marvin Sapp is not the only one caught in the middle of this kind of controversy. A lot of churches, especially large ones, have faced criticism for similar fundraising tactics. The question is, does the end justify the means? Is the church justified in asking for donations this way, or are they just using the power of their position to manipulate their congregation? Another user on social media pointed out the psychological effect of this kind of fundraising. The more money you give, the more important you are, they said. It creates a sense of belonging and status among the churchgoers who are able to donate. But on the flip side, those who can't afford to give may feel left out, embarrassed, or ashamed. At the end of the day, this incident brings up an important discussion about money and spirituality. How do we balance the need for financial support in church settings with the teachings of humility, generosity, and faith? Does this kind of pressure really align with the core values of most religions, or is it more about business? Now, I've got to say, I don't think it's about being anti-church or against giving. Giving is important, especially when it's done out of love and faith, not out of fear or obligation. But when money becomes the focus of worship, that's when things get complicated. I want to hear from you. How do you feel about the pressure to donate at church? Do you think Marvin Sapp's actions were out of line, or was it a legitimate fundraising effort? If you've enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to SpectraShowcase for more thought-provoking content. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest news and updates.